Okay, hello guys. Good evening. Happy Tuesday. This is our March week 1. Sorry, a bit tired today. Okay, so this is our March week 1. So we have finished our classification last week. Okay, we took 2 weeks to finish our keys. Oh, so today we will go into inheritance. Okay, I think I stopped this halfway. So let's repeat this again. So what is inheritance? Like I said, inheritance is 遗传 lah. You take after your parents, you look like them, you got half your chromosomes from your dad, and you got half your chromosomes from your mom. Remember that? Okay, and what is a chromosome? Chromosome is like a roll of DNA. Remember? Okay, remember these 3 words. One whole row of thread is chromosome. One strand is called DNA. One section, okay, there are many colors here. One section, each section will determine one characteristic. That is your gene. One gene will determine one characteristic. What do you look like? Your hair color, your hair texture, eye color, your whatever, right? It's determined by your gene. Okay, so we did say that last week. Okay, we have 46 chromosomes, 23 pair. Okay, imagine you have 23 pairs of shoes. All the left side come from your mom, all the right side come from your dad. You get 23 left side from your mom, 23 right side from your dad, so you have 46. 23 pairs, that is. Right, so that 23 pairs of chromosome will determine what do you look like. Okay, hi Clarissa, hello. Okay, so we finished this last week. Okay, so this is like your summary here oh yeah, chromosomes are a long thread of DNA. As I said, one row of DNA, one row of DNA is your chromosome. Okay, your chromosome. Yes, hello Jenny. Hello, is this your first time here? If you are, okay, welcome. This is our chapter 3. Okay, we are in chapter 3. I don't know whether you have this note because I haven't finished chapter 3 yet. Okay, if you don't, you can just look at my screen. I can send you the soft copy later. Right, so we finish here. Okay, so this is what we finished last week. So chromosomes are a long thread of DNA. So this is your DNA, your chromosome. And chromosome can be divided into parts. Each part is called a gene. Okay, each part is called a gene. So you are what your parents determine you to be. If your dad is very tall and your mom is also very tall, chances are you will be very tall as well. This is your gene. If your parents, they don't wear specs, let's say your whole family, mother side, father side also don't wear specs, you won't wear specs. I mean, there is a chance that you will, but very seldomly you will. Because this is like my wife. My wife, the whole family, both sides also wear specs one. So she has perfect eyesight. Like me, both sides of my relatives are almost all of them wear specs. So my short-sightedness is quite high, right? 400 something, 500 something. This is something that you cannot control. So guys, I know your mom told you this, right? Don't rub your eyes lah, eat carrot lah, don't read books in the dark lah, don't lie down and watch TV lah. Guys, all these are just bullshit. It doesn't work. Whether you wear specs or not, it is predetermined by your gene already. How do I know this? Because I'm exactly like this. I did none of that. Okay, I'm still 400 something one. Okay, so it's a freaking lie, right? Lying down and watch TV, looking at your phone, even if you don't eat carrot, you rub your eyes all the time, guys, it's not going to make your short-sightedness any more serious or less serious. It is a lie. Okay, because everything is determined by your gene. Okay, so This is pretty unfair lah, if you ask me, right? Because if your dad is very good looking and your mom is very good looking, chances are you'll be freaking good looking. And come on, guys, let's face it. If you are freaking good looking, life is easy for you, isn't it? You get better job offers, you will have a very good looking partner, people treat you very well. I'm sorry lah, if you're ugly, that is just a cold hard truth. I'm not sugarcoating anything, right? Because that is what society practice. Okay, you think ugly people can be K-pop star, man? You think if all BTS, let's say BTS lah, if they are all 20 cm shorter and they look ugly as shit, you think people will listen to their songs? I'm sorry, no. Okay, unfortunately, this is how society works because we will value good genes. So if you have good looks, then your gene is very good lah. That means you got dealt a very good hand. Okay, it's like playing a card game lah. Okay, if you are dealt with a shitty hand, you cannot win. Okay, so anyway, so your human has cells, and inside your cells, your nucleus have chromosome. You have 46 of it, and your chromosome inside have, if you pull one strand out, that's your DNA. And on your DNA, there are many colorful parts. We call it gene. Okay, Jenny, I hope you can absorb, because this is quite a difficult part. And now you're halfway through, we are halfway through, and you come in, I'm afraid you might be a bit blurry. Okay, I hope you're okay with this. Please slow me down if you're not. Okay, so guys, next, each pair of chromosome has pairs of gene that carry information for a particular characteristic, like your eye color. Okay, what are two eye color here? Okay, eye color lah. Let's just say, so during reproduction, not all chromosome 2 sets are passed on to the next generation. Each parent would produce gamete, sperm and ovum, or egg cell. Each gamete contains only half the chromosome, one set. During fertilization, when the nuclei of gamete fuse, chromosome from the gamete pair up in the zygote, 2 sets and form a new individual. Okay. Or you can ask your friends. Okay, who's your friend? Who is your friend? Okay. Anyway, you must say, sir, what are these? I don't understand. Okay. Anyway, let me explain. Let's say this is your dad. Okay. Okay, this is your dad. Right. And this is your mom. Let me draw it cuter lah. All my students say that my drawing very ugly. You don't know how to appreciate, please. Okay. Okay, so this is your mom. All right, so this is your dad and this is your mom. Right, like I said, every individual and every human being in the world, if you're a normal human being anyway, you have 46 chromosomes. Right? Hi Jingen, how are you? Okay, we just started not long ago, don't worry. Okay, let's say your dad has 46, your mom has 46. We all have 46, unless you have Down syndrome. Okay, unless you have Down syndrome, then different story, you have 47. Okay, so you have 46. So when your dad is making you, he will produce a sperm. Not a sperm lah. Your dad produces many sperms. Millions of it, billions of it. Right, but he only uses one. So every sperm has 23 chromosomes. And your mom also has ovum, and it is 23. Okay, so when they combine, it becomes you. Okay, this is you. So you have 46. All right, so you have 46. All right, let's talk about this process here. Let's talk about this process here. Right, your dad has 46, right? When he gives you 23, it's random. It's random. Okay, guys, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. You know a deck of poker cards? A deck of poker cards. A deck of poker cards has 52 cards, right? If I were to ask you to draw 27, sorry, 26, half of it is 26, right? If I ask you to draw 26, do you think you will get the same card every time? You get what I'm trying to say here? You get what I'm trying to say here? If I give you 52 cards, you were to take half. Every time you take half, it's gonna be different, isn't it? Maybe this time you get ace of spades. Next time you don't. If you get what I'm trying to say, if I'm dealing cards to you, every time I deal 26 cards, you're gonna get different 26 cards, right? Hi Jaden. We are in this one last week. Okay, so anyway, so every time when you draw that 26 cards, it's gonna be different. So same case here. When your dad, okay, your dad has 46 cards. He has 46 chromosome, right? When he draw 23 out, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. That means every sperm of your dad is different. Okay, same goes to your mom. When your mom draws 23 from that 46, it's gonna be different. So you see, every sperm is different, every ovum is different, so every child is different. You get what I'm trying to say here? You see, you got a different copy of sperm and ovum from your dad and your mom. Your sibling will get different sperm and ovum from your dad and your mom. So even if your mom were to give birth 1,000,000 times, I don't think it's possible. But let's say if your mom were to give birth to 1,000,000 children, none of the two will look the same. Oh, how about twins? Guys, even twins is different, right? Guys, any of you have friends who are twins? Any of you? I mean identical twin. We have two types of twins, right? We have fraternal twin and we have identical twin. So say you have a friend who's identical twin. I'm sure if you know them long enough, right? If you have been friends with them for very long, you can kind of tell them apart. You know who's the brother, you know who's the younger one, and you know who's the elder one, right? There is something about their look you can just tell, right? I mean, they are same but different. Yeah, they are very similar when you first look at them, but you can just kind of tell there's a subtle difference. It's a little bit different. So you see, you will not create two individuals of the same. There's no cloning naturally. I mean, technically speaking, let's say you want to do okay, any of you watch Star Wars? Any of you watch Star Wars? You want to clone soldiers, you want to make clone troopers, you want to make stormtroopers. Okay, we don't have such technology right now, right? So every time you give birth, every time your mom gives birth or your dad gives birth, it's gonna be different. Every baby will be different. You will not create two individuals of the same thing because of the different sperm, because of the different ovum. You guys get what I'm trying to say, Get what I'm trying to say. Hey guys, if you have anything you want to ask, you can ask one, because this part will be in year 10 and year 11. And if you go to A levels, because I used to take A levels, this thing will be in A levels as well. And it will be, of course, much detail. You will learn about evolution. We should talk about that later, right? So if you read this thing now, okay, now you understand. During reproduction, not all chromosomes are. Your dad has two sets. 46 is two sets. Right? Okay, I just call it 2N and 2N, right? So your dad has two sets, your mom has two sets, all right? Because you can say other two sets of 46, same thing. So not all chromosomes are passed on to the next generation. Your dad doesn't give you everything, your mom doesn't give you everything. Each parent would produce gamete. Gamete is sperm and ovum. Each gamete only contains half the chromosome. You see, there's only one set here. Okay, 46 is 2N, 23 is 1N. So your dad, he himself has two sets. He gives you one, right? Your mom, same thing. So during fertilization, this is fertilization. I think you guys learned this last year, right? Fertilization. I think this year or last year? I think last year. So during fertilization, the nuclei of gametes fuse. That means your sperm and ovum, they fuse together. Chromosome from the gametes pair up in the zygote. So this is your zygote. You guys, you know what a zygote is, right? You started from that one original cell. You have trillions of cells now. You start from that one. That one cell is your is your zygote, your original copy, right? So it will form another new individual. Okay, your dad doesn't give you two sets. Guys, if you think about this, if your dad gives you two sets, your mom gives you two sets, you have four sets, right? Guys, chromosome is not the more the better. It's not like, wow, I have more, I'll be stronger. Like you see, okay, you know what's banana chromosome? If I'm not mistaken, I think it's banana. Wait, oh, okay, banana is, sorry, I think it's onion. Okay, sorry, onion chromosome. Oh shit, it's for 60. Okay, sorry, I think, sorry, 48 chromosome. Organism. So who's 48 chromosome? There, you see, deer mouse is 48. You want to be a deer mouse? More doesn't mean better. Hare is rabbit. You want to be a rabbit? You want to be a rabbit? So it's not like you have more chromosome, the stronger you become. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Like, okay, okay, let's see that there's a Wikipedia page here. So if you look at 46, wow, there's a lot here. Okay, 46 is human, right? 46 is human. Okay, and if you look at like more, let's say 54 is a sheep. So it's not like more chromosome equals to better. Okay, it doesn't work that way. Okay, it doesn't work that way. Like this fish is 50. You want to be this fish? So it's not like, wow, so I get more sets the better. So next time, okay, let's say you grow up. Let's say you grow up. Okay, now you become another individual. So next time you get married, same thing will happen. You have 46, right? You will give 26, 23 to your children or your child, and your partner has 46 also. Will also give another 23 to your child. So the child will have 46 lah. Right? So this is how it works. Okay, next time when you reproduce, next time when you make baby, you will give half. Right? So you look like your dad and your mom. And your mom and your dad looks like your grandpa and grandma. The father side lah. And then your mom looks like your 外公外婆, your mother side grandpa, grandma. Right? So do you look like your grandpa, grandma? Maybe a little, not as much as your dad and your mom, because you don't directly inherit them. You just inherit some of the gene from your grandpa and your grandma. So this is how everything works. All right, so this is the basic, guys. This is the basic. I hope you understand. I hope this is not too complicated. Okay, Jenny, are you following so far? And the rest of you, are you guys following? For those who came in late, Jingen, are you okay? And who else is late just now? Jaden, are you okay? You cool? I mean, guys, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Okay, so what about cloning then? Okay, I'll talk about cloning later. Right, so this is what happened. This is a very cool diagram. You see, sperm 23, ovum 23. So you combine together, you get 46. This is a zygote lah. You started from this, and now you just keep growing. Now you're an embryo. Not now lah. Okay, embryo will turn into a fetus, and fetus will turn into a human lah. So now you have many of this. Now you have many of this. So you started from here. You started from here. So if there's something wrong here, all the cells that come out will be wrong. You get what I mean? Okay, let's say now you have, okay guys, you know what is muscle dystrophy? Muscle dystrophy? You know who is Stephen Hawking? You know who is Stephen Hawking? You know why is he wheelchair bound? Because he's born with the gene having something called ALS. Okay, ALS. I don't know what's the full name, but it's basically your muscle degenerate, and to a point that you get so weak, you will be forever paralyzed. That means he has the gene here. So when he grows up, all the cell will have that gene. So this is why, guys, genetic disease currently has no cure. Right? Because that one cell at the beginning is wrong, so the resulting cells will be wrong. Okay, it's like this lah. You have a book, you photostat 2 million copies of the book. So if the book has an error, let's say there's a typo error in the book, all the 2 million books that you photostated will have the same typo error. So same thing lah. If this gene is wrong, then everything will be wrong. So if you want to correct that error, you have to correct every cell, which is pretty damn impossible because you have trillions of cells. How are you going to correct each one of it? So no, pretty impossible. All right. So that's why they say, what if next time, what if next time you can correct your gene here? This is a very cool concept. This is a very cool concept. Okay, guys, let me ask you, if next time, okay, you know what is genetic engineering? You know what is genetic engineering? Genetic engineering is 基因工程啦. That means we modify genes to make someone better. Let's say now you have ALS, you have the gene of ALS, and we find it out early. Okay, we find out early. We will use genetic engineering to modify your zygote so that your zygote becomes normal, so you won't have the disease. Cool, right? Cool, right? So why stop there? Why stop there? While we are changing the gene of your child to become no disease or disease free, why not we customize our children? Okay, okay guys, let me ask you something. If you were given the chance, will you do this? You can use genetic engineering to change the height of your child, to change the IQ of your child. You can choose whose eye you want, right? Let's say you really like okay, whatever K-pop star who has very pretty eyes. Okay, any of you know who Red Velvet is? Okay, you know who Irene is? Okay, I really like her. She has very pretty eyes, right? Okay, so what if you say, oh, I want my child to have Irene's eyes? So okay, I modify the eye to become her eyes lah. You can modify the nose, you can modify the mouth. Basically, you're like playing The Sims. You can modify your child to become whoever they want, right? And maybe height no eyes. You see, this is where the gray area comes in. Some people think it's very unethical, right? Because it's not natural. But Down syndrome is natural as well. Do you want your child to have Down syndrome? Right? So why is it okay for me to change my child's gene to not have Down syndrome, but why is it not okay for me to change the eye color? So where do you stop? You get what I'm trying to say here, guys? You get what I'm trying to say here, guys? So it's like, okay, it's like the topic of abortion. I was just talking to my class the other day. Do you agree with abortion? Many will say, sir, no, abortion is murder. Okay, abortion is murder. What if I tell you, if let's say this person, she was raped and she got pregnant. Now, would you say that abortion is illegal? Would you say that abortion is unethical? Do you want, let's say you're a girl, okay, God forbids lah, you got, let's say you got raped, touch wood, and you got pregnant. Do you want the child? You see the gray area here. That's why, guys, genetic engineering has a lot of ethical issues. Okay, since child is baby, where do you consider a life though? Okay, guys, hang on. I need to go to the toilet real quick. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Drank a lot of water today. Okay, anyway, so as I was saying about this ethical thing, I'll talk about that later. Okay, so a zygote then carries out cell division to make many copies of the same cell with the same chromosome. Okay, this is you growing up. And the chromosome of an individual do not change for the rest of your life, right? So guys, you have the same gene from here until the day you die. There is no way you can change the gene. That means, guys, if you have single eyelid, right? If you have single eyelid, you can do all kinds of plastic surgery to have double eyelid, but your child is going to be single eyelid as well, right? So there's this weird concept, guys. I don't know whether you guys heard of this. Did you know that in South Korea, the best 18-year-old birthday present that you can give to your child is to send them to plastic surgery, right? Because South Korea is a very superficial society. Looks matters for everything. If you're ugly there, basically you'll be a social reject. You need to look not okay, you don't need to look freaking pretty, but you need to be decent, right? And if you look below average, I'm sorry, your career, your everything will just suck. Okay, so, I mean, sucks to be the society lah, because you are mostly judged based on your looks. So that's why in South Korea, right? Okay, I know it sounds freaking crazy. If let's say I have a child and he doesn't look, or he or she doesn't look very pretty, I am obligated to send him or her to plastic surgery. This is their responsibility as a parent. So you see, I don't know lah. If you ask me, that is a bit sick. If you ask me, so oh well, culture, right? Anyway, so let's talk about variation. Okay, variation. Like I said just now, your dad will chincai pick 23 and give it to you. Your mom will also chincai pick 23, give it to you. This is what makes you and your brothers and sisters, all your siblings are different, right? The difference between all humans, we call it variation. Okay, so guys, let me ask you something. Can you find two individuals, two human beings that are exactly the same? You get what I mean? Same thumbprint, same everything. Impossible, isn't it? Impossible. It's the same DNA, isn't it? Impossible, isn't it? This is why, guys, DNA is a very powerful tool when it comes to forensics, when it comes to crime solving, because your DNA only belongs to you, right? There is 0% of coincidence saying that, oh, I was not there. How would I know what is my DNA on the victim? There's no such thing, right? If your hair is on her or him or wherever they are trying, well, as long as they find your DNA somewhere it shouldn't be, then you have no way of, denying that, because only that chromosome only belongs to you. That DNA only belongs to you, right? So what is variation? So during the formation of gametes, certain parts of chromosomes swap, okay, like your dad and your mom. These cause genes to be mixed up, causing all gametes to be different. Okay, this is my main point. The gametes will be different. Due to this nature, all zygote produced will have a mixture of genes from both parents. This gives rise to variation. That means you and me, we all look different. Your siblings will all look different. So some characteristics are only affected by genes, okay, like blood group. Okay, very interesting stuff here. Some of your characteristic is fully 100% dependent on gene, like blood group. Okay, guys, you know what are the 4 blood groups? And what blood groups are you? Which blood group do you belong to? Right, so which 4 of them? Can anyone tell me? Which 4? Guys, anyone? What are the 4 blood groups that you know? Anyone? Yes, thank you. So you have A, B, AB, and O. I think we learned this last year, right? You learned this last year. So we know that who can donate to who cannot donate to who. This one I'm not going to mention lah. So hey guys, have you heard of O plus and O negative? This is the rhesus factor. Wow, this is even more complicated. I'm not going to mention this. O minus can donate to O plus, but O plus cannot donate to O minus. So if you're O minus, this is the rarest blood. Okay, the rarest blood. You watch those love drama, those very, very, very drama. The main female character, she sure O minus one, and then she got into car accident. Okay, need to do blood transfusion, and then the male hero sacrificed himself to save her. Always O negative. Somehow she has to be O negative one. Those teenage love drama. no different stuff one. It's either this or memory loss, right? You watch K-drama also like that one. Okay, car accident, then the female character, she lost memory. Okay, then she forgot the main male character. Got no different drama, got no different storyline, man. Cannot be more creative, man. Okay, anyway, so that's your this is 100% affected by gene. 100% affected by gene. You cannot change your blood group by any means. But some characteristics, they are affected by gene and environment. For example, height. Right, talking about body height. Okay, do you guys want to grow taller? Okay, I think I said this last week. Okay, if you want to grow taller, number one, it depends on your gene. Right, if both your parents are freaking tall, then you don't need to worry. You got the genetics covered, mostly. And the rest is environment. So what affects your gene? That's going to be your diet. That's going to be your rest. That's going to be your exercise. All right. So how do you make yourself taller? How do you make yourself taller? Make sure you eat enough protein. Make sure you calcium, enough calcium. Yes, sleep, rest is to sleep, and make sure you exercise. Okay. The best exercise to make yourself taller is to train your muscles stronger. I have said this a million times. Guys, it's already 2023. Please don't believe the stupid meme saying that, oh, sir, my mom say lifting weight makes me short. No, it doesn't. Okay? No, it doesn't. Oh, but because sir, my mom said, right, when I lift weight, the weight will press on us so that I will become shorter. Hiya, you thought you made from flour, meh? You thought you bread, Okay, when I press my bread, the bread becomes shorter, You think you're bread, meh? No, So please don't believe the stupid myth, Okay, some students, they say, hey, sir, can you bring me to the gym, Okay, like they're like 15 or 16. I say, sure, come along, okay, I can teach you how the ways, okay, how to lift weight. Oh, but my mom say I cannot go because I will become shorter. Guys, it's already 2023. It's the age of information technology. It's too ignorant to say something like this, right? Do you still believe that jumping around after eating will make you get appendix? I was lied to by this. My mom said this to me. You after you eat, you don't jump around. Later the food fall inside your appendix. We have to go hospital and cut you open. Hiya, nowadays nobody believe in this stupid joke, this stupid lie already one. Okay, so I'm sure you are better than that. Scientifically speaking, lifting weight doesn't make you shorter. In fact, it makes you taller because you lengthen your muscle. When you strengthen your muscle, it also stimulates your bones to grow. You see, in fact, it makes you taller, right? But if you say, sir, I already got my diet taken care of, I already rested well, I already done all the exercise, but why am I still short? I'm sorry, this is the best way you can play your hand already. If you are dealt a shitty hand to begin with, there's no way you can win, right? Like I said last week, if you're playing Uno, you are dealt with all power cards, you are a winner. You are a winner. You are 180 tall. Let's say you're a guy, like you're 180 tall, 180 cm tall. You're handsome as shit. You're rich as shit. you are freaking talented in studies, your sports also very talented. Basically, everyone just look at you and say, ah, you're so good. I see some people, it's just so unfair. Right? You are dealt with all power cards, all +4. Whatever people play, you just do +4, +4, +4 until you win the game. Right? But some people, they weren't that lucky. They are dealt with all number cards, 0 power cards. How to play? You sure die one. Right? You do whatever you want. You study really freaking hard. You still do okay in exam. You practice your sports freaking hard. You still do okay in sports. Good for you, Terence. You still have chance to grow. So make sure you maximize your chance. Okay, guys, intelligence is also inherited. Oh, fun fact, guys, you inherit your intelligence from your mom. If your mom is a very smart person, you will be very smart. Right? Like my mama is a very artistic person. I'm a very artistic person. I love art. I love music. I love drawing because my mom loves drawing. So I just inherited her. Right? You cannot, guys, you cannot run away from your gene. There is no way for you to run away from your gene. So if your mom is not a very mathematical person, she hate math and she hate all this scientific stuff, then maybe you will too. Something that you cannot change. Okay, so you pray hard that you are dealt a good hand, lor. So some things you cannot change one. Right. Anyway, so this is your inheritance. Very interesting stuff, right? I mean, we are not going very detailed into this because this is for actually year 10 and year 11. Okay. So anyway, let's talk about selection. Let's talk about selection. Sir, is there a way that we can control breeding? Yes, we do. This is what we call selective breeding. Okay, you know what is selective breeding? Okay, somehow we know how inheritance works. When we take one very awesome human and another very awesome human, we breed them, we will make a very brilliant child. You know, this is what Hitler tried to do. Guys, did you learn history? During the Nazi times, okay, Hitler believed that there are two master race in this in human being. He believed that the Aryan race, Aryan is like Indian, and then Germanic people, as in German, that those with blue eyes and golden hair, they believe them. Hitler believed that they are two master race. So he actually tried doing experiment. You see, he did experiment on humans. He tried to take Aryan people and force them to breed with Germanic people. Right? I mean, guys, just in case you don't know, Hitler is a very racist person. He believed that Germanic people is the master race and the world should be filled with Germanic people. So what they did, you know what they did? Hitler, he has a lot of youth program. You know what is a Hitler youth program? That means you go to some sort of camp lah. Okay, you go to some sort of camp. Usually girls who, you know, 16, 17-year-old girls, like high school girls like you guys lah. Usually after they went to the summer camp, they will be home pregnant. Right? Because he tried to ask the young guys to rape the girls so that they can create more German people. Because he believed that German people are the superior race. And who is the dirtiest race of all? Okay, Hitler, he really hates gypsies, all the minorities, gypsies, blacks, gays and lesbians, and of course, Jews. You know Jew? You know Jew, as in people in Israel, Jew? Hitler believed that they are the dirtiest of genes and they deserve to die. That's why he tried to exterminate them all. You know what's the Holocaust? You know what's the Holocaust? During World War II, Hitler killed like 6 million of them. He tried to eradicate them from Earth. That's what he tried to do. Okay, so he did not succeed, right? Because if not, the Jews would be extinct by now. Right? So it's a very extremist idea. Okay, if you read his book, you know who Hitler is, right, guys? You know there's a book he wrote in prison called Mein Kampf. I actually bought this book and read it. He said it in the book. He said that Germanic people are the superior race and Jews are subhuman. He actually called Jews subhuman, as in they don't even deserve the title of human. They are like animals, they're like subhuman, and they deserve to be exterminated. Yeah, very extreme way of thinking. Right? That's why he tried his very best to kill all the Jews. Okay? If you read history, you'll know. Okay. Anyway, so selective breeding. Okay, selective breeding is like what Hitler did. You selectively breed things you want. Okay, hey guys, even we humans, we don't do this to humans. We do this to animals. Like selective breeding is a process of choosing animals and plants with desirable characteristic and breed them. Okay, like for example, water buffalo were domesticated thousands of years ago. So what is domesticated? That means we catch those wild animal that is not so aggressive and we tame them, right? So domestication is the taming of a wild animal for humans to use them. So, hey guys, we domesticated cows, chicken, goats, sheep, even dogs. Dogs are fully domesticated. That's why dogs listen to us, right? Cats, however, okay, any of you have a cat at home? I have a cat, and cats are, if you notice, they don't listen to you, right? Why? Because cats, they are only half domesticated. That means cats, they will not listen to you. Yes, they can be docile and sweet, but they will not listen to instruction. Can you ask the cat to sit? They will refuse to listen to you. Okay, my cat sits wherever he wants to. If he decides to sit on the dining table today, then he will sit at the dining table today. Okay, and sometimes when I'm half asleep 4 a.m. in the morning, my cat decides to sit on my chest, as in here. I'm lying on bed, I'm sleeping, okay, he will come and sit on my chest because cat decides to do so and they will do it. Right? They still eat. Yeah, true. That's why dogs, they listen to us because we fully domesticated them. You can train your dog to roll, to sit, to give hand, because my dogs are like that. Okay, I have two dogs. They are very, very obedient. My cat, however, not so obedient. Okay, he doesn't give a shit what you say. Okay, he does whatever he wants. He will just climb onto my TV console, okay, and I have things on my TV console. Let's say I put a remote control there. My cat will just decide and say, I don't like this remote control, so he will push it onto the ground. Like F this remote control, I don't like it. So he will use his paw and he will push it to the ground. Like, I don't exactly know why cats do that. Right? But well, he's cute okay, he's cute. So okay, that's why I spoil him a lot. Right. Anyway, so wild water buffalo, which are not docile. See, wild water buffalo, we did not domesticate them because they're aggressive. So we make them. Sorry. Wild water buffalo is not aggressive. They are docile. So we breed them together. So we used to do this to dogs. Dogs used to be wolves. So we just breed until they become dogs today. So dogs and wolves they actually belong to the same family. It's just that dogs, they are more docile, they are less aggressive, they listen to us, right? So after generations of breeding, water buffalo eventually becomes smaller and more docile, right? You see, when we breed dogs, the same thing. When we breed wolves, dogs are smaller now, right? You compare the normal big size dog, like golden retriever. If you compare a golden retriever, okay, let's just say a husky. If you compare a husky and a wolf will look much bigger. Why? Because we breed them and they become smaller, they just become more docile and they just listen to us human. So humans have done this to many other animals and plants. Guys, we do this to everything. Okay, you might say, sir, why should I care? Hey guys, let me tell you this. If you do selective breeding the correct way, you might create something that everyone likes and you will make big money out of it. Okay, let's just say if let's say you breed durian tree A and durian tree B and you get Musang King. You know Musang King, right? You know Musang King is the most sought after, okay, maybe not the most sought after, but it's one of the most sought after durian, right? Everyone loves Musang King. I mean, besides me, I really hate durian. But you see, Musang King is like the thing, right? Everyone is looking for it. Why? Because it was selectively bred, right? I don't know how they did it, but they just combine some sort of, it's like dog breeding. When you breed a husky and a Pomeranian, you get a Pomsky. right? You know what a corgi is? A corgi is they did it this way as well. Park, they did it this way as well, right? So durian, we did it as well. That's why durians we have like what? The red prawn, I think D24, D16, I think, and then Musang King, things like that. They are all bred by humans. Hey, not just durian. Oh, you know who is very good at this? You know who is very good in selective breeding? It's the Japanese. It's the Japanese. Okay, any of you heard of Wagyu? Have you guys heard of Wagyu? Wagyu is like the top class of beef in Japan. And then you have the A4 Wagyu and the A5 Wagyu. And A5 Wagyu is the highest class of Wagyu. It's the most expensive Wagyu. And among that A5 Wagyu, what is the highest? It's what we call Kobe beef. Have you heard this before? Have you heard this before? I mean, I can't eat beef because my religion, that's why I can't eat beef. So according to them, I mean, if you have tried this before, Kobe is according to them, the best beef in the world, right? The most expensive. And we have no idea how did the Japanese do it. What did they do to make the beef so delicious? Because they breed them that way, right? So until today, only, okay, because it comes from the prefecture of Kobe, the area is called Kobe. That's why the beef there is called Kobe beef. Nobody knows how it's made, right? They have their own way to breed the cow. They have their own ways of feeding the cow to uh, allegedly lah, this is what I heard. This is what I heard. They even massage the cow. Okay, I know it sounds freaking ridiculous. They even massage the cow. They even let the cow listen to classical music. That's why their meat can be so tender. Okay, you might say, sir, are you for real? I don't know. This is hearsay. This is what I hear. This is their formula. They have special grains to feed their cows. They massage their cow. All these things to make their cow taste like Wagyu beef, and no one else does it better than the Japanese, right? So when it comes to selective breeding, they're freaking good at it. They're freaking good at it. You know, Kyoho grapes. That's why guys, if you ask me, sir, next time I want to earn big money, what should I become? Go and become a farmer. Go and become a farmer. Later, right? You go and tell your mama, ma, next time I want to be a farmer. Okay, I know it sounds freaking crazy. Hey, you know what's Kyoho grape? This is what the Japanese they breed. Okay, they use two grapes and they breed it. This is the grape they managed to breed. This is selectively bred grapes. You know how expensive is this? Have you guys been to Don Don Donki? Right? Hey, the cheap one, if you buy cheap Kyoho grape from like Jaya Grocer, this thing is like 60 bucks. 60 bucks is the cheap plug one, right? If you buy this from like Don Don Donki, my goodness, if I'm not mistaken, they sell one bunch in Don Don Donki for like 300 something ringgit. Would you spend 300 on fruits? Not just fruit, it's a bunch of grapes. They cost you 300, right? Because according to them, this thing is supposed to taste freaking good and freaking sweet and juicy. Well, I have no 300 bucks to spare on a bunch of grapes, so why not next time you go and taste it and you tell me? Not worth regular eating, of course lah. Unless you are like Elon Musk or something, then okay lah, good for you lah. Hey, goodness me lah, you know how expensive this shit is Okay, and hey, don't even get me started on the rock melon. Hey, you know Japanese, they love this thing. They love this thing. This is your Japanese melon. Okay, if it's from Japan, you know this thing is freaking expensive. Okay, let's just see this. $200 for a melon. If you times that by 4.4 USD, okay, because one USD is 4.4 ringgit, right? So $200 is like 880 ringgit lah. Would you spend 800 bucks on a melon? So if you see, sir, becoming just like I tell you to go and become a farmer, right? Sir don't want lah, farmers very dirty one, farmers very poor one. You can sell your melon for 900 bucks, you think you'll be poor? Okay. Hey, there's an uncle nearby my house. He sells durian one. You see he dirty like that. He drives a freaking Mercedes S-Class. So where's that concept being that, oh, farmer is poor? Hey, you thought farmer nowadays poor one? Okay, you thought like last time they harvest rice like that one. Nowadays to become a farmer, you need machines, right? We don't use manual labor anymore. You have machines, they even spray insecticide using drones already. You thought they use their hand and spray like that. The one is like 50 years old, 50 years ago, farmers already. Nowadays, farmers is all modern technology, right? So go and become a farmer. Go and become a farmer. If you tell me, oh, sir, next time I want to study and become a doctor and earn money. Sorry, doctor cannot earn money one. Not in Malaysia at least. Malaysia doctor, you spend 500,000 to go and study, you only earn peanuts, right? Go and become a farmer, right? Go tell your mom you want to plant chili. Who knows, your chili will sell like hot cake and you earn like, who knows, 20, 30,000 per month. Go become a farmer. Don't become a doctor. Doctor cannot earn money one, right? So if you have a piece of land, your mom will stab you. She won't stab you if you are earning 30,000 per month. You see, think out of the box. Everyone wants to become doctor. You go against the flow. You become a farmer instead, or become a fisherman, right? Hey, in Japan, fishermen, you think they catch small fish one? They catch tuna one leh. One tuna can sell for 20,000 one, you know. Who say fisherman is poor? This is poor thinking. This is wrong thinking. Hey, my friend, he's a doctor, right? He's a doctor, he only earns 6,000 per month. You think that's a lot? You think that's a lot? 6,000 you want to get married, 6,000 you want to start a family, please lah. Okay, he worked 14 hours per day, hello. 14 hours, you are only awake for 16 hours. He spent 14 in the hospital. He used 500,000 of his parents' money to study just to come out and earn 6,000. You think becoming a doctor earn a lot of money? Don't be silly, please. Right? So I actually asked him, then why you want to become a doctor? Oh, because it's a calling. I have a calling to save people. So I was like, okay, good for you, bro. You spend 500,000. Hey, that's a house right there to earn 6,000 per month. That's stupid investment. Right? Anyway, so what is mutation? Okay, I'll roughly talk about this. Mutation is the sudden and random change of a gene of an organism. Mutation creates a new variety of an organism, right? So guys, you know blue eyes? Okay, you know blue eyes? Blue eyes, it's because of mutation, right? That means 5,000 years ago, everyone had black eyes. Like us Asian. But the Guailos, the Western people, they don't get a lot of sun, right? So they just mutated their black, the black pigments away, so they start to have blue eyes, right? And some, they even mutated to a way they will get something called heterochromia. Oh, this is so cool. What is heterochromia? They mutated in such a way that they have two different color eyes. So cool, right? I mean, it looks freaky, but cool nonetheless. Wow, that means, and you see, you're like one in 1,000 or 1 in 1,000,000. So cool, right? So this is a mutation. But guys, what else is also a mutation? Cancer is a mutation, right? So we have bad mutation, and we have good mutation. Guys, redhead. Okay, you know who a redhead is? Okay, redhead gene, there. This is also a mutation, right? Back then there was no black, no red hair. Okay, you know Brave, the Disney movie Brave. It's a mutation, right? Golden hair is also a mutation. Okay, so anyway, so these are pretty mutations. But of course, some mutations are bad, right? Like polydactyl, I think it's called. Polydactyly. What is this? That means you have 6 fingers. You have more than 5 fingers. This is a bad mutation, right? Because you just have more fingers. Like I have a friend who has this. Okay, he has 1 more finger here, and the extra finger is non-functional. He cannot move one. It's like an extra. He has to go surgery and remove it. So this is sort of like a bad mutation, if you would say so. Okay, so mutation comes in many forms. Okay, so you know what, guys? I'm gonna continue with this next week. Next week I'll finish this chapter. I will talk about cloning also. This is a really cool concept, right? We have only done it once in human. This is what we call the dolly sheep. Okay, if you know what is this, you can go and read more about this. Okay, next week I'll talk about this. Okay, and we will talk about Darwin. Okay, what is evolution? Which is very cool. Right. Anyway, guys, I hope you learned something new today. Okay, Jenny, I hope you learned something new. I know it's a very complicated lesson. Okay, that's why I kind of slow this thing down today. Okay, so yes, then that's good. All right. So guys, have a good Tuesday. I will see you the same time next week. Okay, have a good one, and I will see you soon. All right, so see you. Take care. Good night, and bye bye.